Asian Americans make up only about 7% of the U.S. population, but their buying power far outweighs their numbers and is increasing every year.
70% of economic growth comes from consumer spend, even. And that too, Asian American buying power is over $1.3 trillion.
A recent consumer report from the marketing research firm Nielsen forecasts that by 2024, the Asian American market will reach $1.6 trillion. The report calls Asian Americans the fastest growing consumer segment in the U.S. If the digital economy helps drive the post-pandemic recovery, Asian Americans will likely be a big factor.
We are the future consumer group that is setting the pace for what's to come. One big factor is that Asian Americans are early adopters of technology. And so when it comes to all these trends that are fueled by digital, which is a lot of it today, the Asian Americans are actually leading the pack.
No ethnic group spends more time on their digital devices, and experts say they're a group that brands should pay attention to, especially on digital media platforms.
There's a streaming war that's going on in media, and so any of these new services and new technology, Asian Americans are definitely the first to try it.
As Asian American households make 36% higher incomes than the national average, it's no surprise they're using more streaming services. According to Nielsen, 82% of Asian Americans subscribe to at least one streaming service. That's 10% more than the total U.S. population.
Now, in the face of racism against Asian Americans, we've heard a lot of different stories during this COVID-19 pandemic. How does this study from Nielsen further invalidate the current stigma against Asian Americans?
It speaks to the contributions that Asian Americans are making in this country. We employ over 4 million people, small business owners that are owned by Asian Americans. Through the pandemic, Asian American represents the healthcare workers who are risking their own lives helping others.
By that, she means many Asian Americans are healthcare workers. According to a separate study by New American Economy, Asian Americans make up more than 20% of all physicians and surgeons in the U.S. Connie Lee, CGTN, Washington.